Both these players have the sickest banners. I wish my banner looks like that. Holy fuck. Hello everyone. My name is Hiawatha. You are on youtube.com/a whole bunch of random letters and numbers. And today I have another exciting game of Age of Empires 4 for you, between Recon spawning in the northwest corner of the map on, what map are we on even? I don't even know. We're on Danube. As the Holy Roman Empire up against his opponent spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, or the eastern corner, as the English. We have Casva. Casva opting to go heavy onto food right away, where we have a heavier wood opening for Recon. It looks like Recon is going to go for an early dock after this house drops and try to take that control of the water. Now, with that being said, let's take a moment here and address some things real quick. If you may have noticed, I haven't uploaded in a little bit since before 2022, so Happy New Year. I took some time off to spend some time with my girlfriend, spend some time with some family, and just, you know, be a person, be a human being. And now we're back at it again, casting some games of Age of Empires 4, and it's going to be a good time. Let's take a look at the bases for these opponents. These players, real quick. We have Recon with a great, really close by wood line to his town center. Probably already out, buffing up wood line super heavy, so we're going onto our dock right now at the minute 15 mark. It's going to go up, or minute 20, I suppose. Our hunt is really close. Our berries are really close. Our gold is like super far, though. There's no closer gold that I see here, so this gold is super far off. It's going to be hard to defend if he doesn't wall up properly and put enough resources to defend it. And the stone is relatively far off as well. There's a second gold that's right there too. That might be worth defending, considering he's going to have another resource there as well. Take a look at the other side of the map, though. For Casva, Casva has hunt very close by, arguably a more safe spot because it's not close to the water. Woodline is pretty far off, though, on both sides. It's relatively close on this side, I guess, on the bottom of his map. Gold is pretty close, too. It's all in the back of his base, whereas Recon has everything kind of in the front of his base. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two players play around each other and make it work. Casva finally going on to wood, going to get one vill out there. We have, what, 7 on food? 8 on food right now, 3 on gold, 1 going on to wood. Recon, however, has 3 on wood now. Looks like he's transitioning off into gold to get ready to age up now that he has enough wood to consistently pump out a couple fishing ships until the next age. Fishing ships, of course, costing 75 wood per ship, and a little bit ahead with the villagers that he already had on there, so it's going to be a nice and sustainable amount of ships, get that fishing economy going, and put him in the lead for food with 5 economic units now allocated to food. Take a moment here to address some scouting. Recon pushing out with another villager. Is he going to wall this up? Yes, he is. So this wall, great for defending raids coming through the bottom side from the center and going around and kind of taking out the fishing economy. Also good for making sure that fishing ships and other, like, military boats rather, cannot get through for his opponent. And the scout is going to go into the center of the map right now and try to find some information about what's going on for Casva. Casva, however, scouting out this wall right now. Looks like he's going to be able to take a little bit of action here, potentially delay it, or push the villager off with a little bit of damage. Nobody close by to help defend this villager, and Recon's villager is going to have to run away. Back at the base for Casva, however, we are going up with our Council Hall. We're going to get some longbows. If you aren't familiar with how the English play in Age of Empires 4, this is the only viable economic landmark. Not economic landmark, the only viable landmark in this age when going up to Feudal. The other landmark is, oh my god, what even is it? I don't even remember. No one ever builds it. It's not settings I want. Oh my god, it's tech trees. The Abbey of the Kings. Abbey of the Kings heals all nearby friendly units that are out of combat by 4 health every 1.5 seconds. So it's not really useful. I could see it maybe being useful if someone figures out a nice build to be able to, like, do a kind of proxy drop and have some towers and some units under the towers, so on and so forth. But you have to be able to produce longbows to do that, and if you don't have the longbows coming out of the council hall, you're not going to be able to do that harassment, so it doesn't really make much sense. Recon, however, on the other side of the map has not yet gone up into the next age. 4 vills on gold. Should probably pull one off soon to help produce more food in order to age up a little bit more quickly, but Recon probably has a better plan for what's going on than I do. Take a look at the fishing ships right now. We got the 3 up for Recon. Another one should be coming in relatively soon once the next group of villagers drops off their wood. And no fishing economy yet for Casva. It's going to be interesting to see if he decides to go for it at all this game. Maybe he's just going to go for a straight push onto land. Take a look at the map. He's scouting out this gold, so he knows that this part's really exposed here. He knows the wall is not up yet just at this moment. And the scout's going to do a little harass, get that villager off that gold for a moment, and hopefully cause him to take his attention away from other parts of the map and maybe make some mistakes. Recon still not aging up just yet, but just getting enough food at this very moment. Likely going to go up with the chapel. That is correct. So he's going to opt to boost his wood economy as well as his gold economy, which is a good call because the gold is really important for the Holy Roman Empire. You got to be able to pump out those man-at-arms, and eventually in the Castle Age, you're going to go out and get the relics to put into your I forget what the building's called. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've casted a game. Anyways, take a look at the entire map, though. Let's take a look where the relics are, actually. Now that we're going up to the Feudal Age, we'll have a moment here. No one's really doing too much pressure, except for this one poor scout from Castle, which actually might go down to the town center. Getting with 9 HP, these villagers doing quite a bit of work. Let's take a look at all the relics, though. We have for Recon, this relic spawning in the very north of the map. Nice and easy to find. I don't believe his opponent has scouted it out, so he is about to, however, if he goes down a little bit more to the right here, but opting not to and going back. Oops. And so there's the one relic here. We got another relic spawning in the center of the map over here, kind of closer to Casva's base, but that's okay. Relics do actually look to be a little bit more balanced for Casva's favor, with 2 relics spawning relatively close proximity down here in the bottom, and another relic spawning up here on the mountain. Again, closer to the side of the map of Casva. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting one to see if he's able to make those relics work for him, or if he's going to concede them to his opponent. Now let's look at resources per minute here. See who's kind of pulling ahead in what category. Recon ahead in food, obviously, because we are opting for the fishing economy. We actually have gotten some harass from the longbows of Casva. Casva being up into the Feudal Age for a little bit longer than Recon, so he is able to pump up those military units and get a little bit of damage done, forcing some idle time from these fishing boats. And now that food economy is going to be disrupted, we'll still ahead a little bit due to the other fishing ship being able to stay out for a little bit longer. But now we're about even with 9 on food for Casva and 7 on food for Recon because those fishing ships were delayed. Or denied, rather. Wood going in favor of Casva because you do have to continually pump out wood into your economy. Oh, wow, that's a lot of idle villagers for food for Casva. That's going to really hurt his economy for a little bit here, but opting to go for the safe deer. Very good call. And wood and food, just the most important aspects for the English to get those longbows out and get that harass going. The thing about Danube, and the reason why I think that this is actually a great play from Casva, is because the width of the river is not very wide at all. So these longbows can hit a fishing ship almost anywhere on the map, realistically. So it's going to be a lot of kind of popping in, getting some shots off, forcing the idle time, and popping back out. And actually, speaking of popping, Cass was popping up a dock over here in the north corner of his base and pumping out some fishing ships of his own, opting to wall up this section here, so that way in the future Recon would not be able to push through and disrupt his own fishing economy. There's not a lot of fish back here. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like maybe 10,000 fish over here, whereas for the side of Recon there's a little bit more, but there's a whole stretch of area right here where there's actually just no fish, and they're kind of congregating up in this top side as well. Whereas, you know, Recon's fishing economy is going to be all located down here in the bottom, so he's going to have to put another dock down eventually to take advantage of all this. Galley going out from Recon, do a little bit of scouting, see if there's a proxy dock coming up from Casva. At this moment, there is not. And where are our military units? What are we up to right now? Longbow kind of running around, getting some information here. A big group of longbows, though, pushing out under the wall. So on the other side of the wall, rather. Under, because it's down towards the south of the map. And these longbows are going to be able to, again, force some idle time on these fishing ships from Recon and really disrupt that economy. But it looks like we're actually going to run right past and go into the wood line. But Recon, spotting this, potentially, was he able to see that with his dock? Yeah, he was. So spotting this, getting the tower up to defend against it. Scout was over here as well to help deny just for a little bit longer, and this tower, or outpost rather, will go up. Builders will have a safe space to go, but we are now pumping out the horsemen, which are direct counters to ranged units such as longbows. So it's going to be a well thought out strategy here, a rebuttal, if you will. Take a look again at the economy for a moment here. We got 650 on food for Casva. So Casva actually pulling ahead in the food economy. Fishing ship wise, we only have 3 for Recon. We're already on 3 for Casva, but Casva's also opted to go heavy onto the deer, whereas I don't believe we really are on the deer yet. We're on a couple people on deer, a couple on sheep still, a couple on berries. Our food economy for Recon's kind of actually all over the place, so it makes it a little difficult to get up more quickly and pump out those units. We still got a mass of units hanging out on the outside of Recon's base. However, it looks like he was smart enough to put up a wall so the longbows can't get around and pick off those wood-cutting villagers. But they're going to run in anyways under this outpost and try to get some picks. Villager 1 going down. Second villager seemingly going down as well before they could enter the tower, it looks like. A little bit of a weird one there because you couldn't see the body pop out. But horsemen, they're sticking around. They're hanging out, and they're saying, hey, bug off. This is our base. We don't want you here. And they're going to be able to clean this up nice and easy. one horseman going down, of course. A good micro from Casva to recognize low horsemen and actually take them out. So that way they're at least trading a little bit and forcing some more economic utilization of resources for Recon. So we haven't had any players ready to go up to the castle age just yet. Recon getting close though. Recon's at the 705 food. Casva sitting at 160. And actually, wait, who? Oh, wow. As I said that, Casva actually dropping his next landmark, which is going to be the King's Palace. King's Palace is a town center with all of the bonuses and behaviors of a town center. It's a really great unit if you want to be able to get kind of a quick TC up without having to go into stone rather. And it's going to be a pretty solid strategy here from Casva, it looks like. We are kind of trapped in our own base a little bit. We're very walled up. No gate going on to the bottom part of the map, which I do think is a little concerning considering the horsemen that are coming. They're going to be able to kind of chill outside here, and the lack of a gate is going to really mean that there's only one way for these units to come out, and Recon will be aware of that once he gets up here. Does he have vision, actually, of this gate? I don't believe he's scouted it just yet, but he is going to see it at the very least right now. And Recon now going up as well. And wouldn't you know it, he's going up with the Regnitz Cathedral. I just can't believe that we're seeing this specific landmark coming out. I would have never imagined it. And it looks like the galley picking up a scout there for Recon. So nice little pickup there. Deny some information gathering for a little while longer for Casva. Casva with no real information on the map other than the fact that his wall is getting attacked. Take a look back at the fishing economy for a moment here. We have now 7 ships up for Casva versus the 6, now 7 for Recon. So Recon, even though he started on the water ahead of Casva, it's actually pretty even in the food economy. They're not ahead by all that much. Mind you, the prelate bonuses are going to do a lot for the food gathering over here. I think there was maybe a prelate over here for a moment. No, he's just going to get relics. So Recon getting ready to position onto the map to grab the relics. Going to head over here. Likely going to send another one over here unless he has not scouted that, which he has. And are we going down here already? We are. So there's a prelate over here going to go get ready to get some more relics for Recon. Get that gold economy nice and bumping. We're pretty even in that right now. Military-wise, we're at 16 military units for Recon versus, the 2 of Casva. Casva, with that last push over here at the wood line of Recon, because that was held off so well by Recon, he hasn't really had the opportunity to replenish his military. He has 2 stables going up right now and a gate going up to help kind of contest the map, but Recon easily able to pick up these relics and get them back home for the extra gold bonus that the Holy Roman Empire does get by putting them in the cathedral. Horsemen coming back to protect the prelate from this wolf. Don't want to get him sniped by the naturally spawning animals on the map. And some more knights coming out for Casva. And it looks like we're actually sending them to the middle of the map to see if we can get through here. But Casva literally running into a wall. A wood wall this time, not brick. And having to kind of pull back and say, I can't really contest these relics. Now there's 2 more relics down here. That are in Casva's favor when it comes to the map control. But is Casva actually going to push out and defend them is the question. Some knights and horsemen passing in the middle of the night there, like ships in the night, if you will. And this is a bit of a dangerous situation for Casva right now because there's a lot of positioning outside of his base. He's not caught up yet, again, in military production. He hasn't been producing longbows for a little while. With the walls here, do you think the longbows would... Well, okay, I say that as 2 longbows walk across the map, but, you'd think that at some point he would put up some more longbows to defend behind the wall, but I digress. These guys, again, know what they're doing a lot more than I do. Let's take a look, though, see if we have any upgrades coming through for either of these players. It looks like that we don't even have a blacksmith yet for Casva. I don't see one here. And take a look at Recon. We do have a blacksmith here, and we have our wedge rivets, or sorry, our leather armor, so we're not going to be damaged too heavily by the longbows. So already kind of taking steps to counter that. And Recon just doing a good job of kind of keeping his units around, exploring the map, keeping Casva on his side of the map and in his little corner. And every moment that kind of passes, the momentum is shifting more and more towards Recon's favor because of the water control and because of all the units he has outside of his opponent's base. I'm not really sure what Casva can do here to kind of contest this. He can keep pumping out knights all he wants, but the fact of the matter is that there's so many more units out here. I would really like to see a barracks coming up, actually, to drop a couple spearmen and help defend this. But instead, we're going to put up some walls, getting it picked off by the galleys, so these walls aren't going to be completed very easily. A Hulk coming out now to attack the galleys, however, for Casva. So that is a good call here. I'm going to be able to defend pretty easily against 2 galleys, I'd say. But only if he's able to get the shots off, and looks like he's having a hard time with a little bit of micro here. Longbows kind of getting picked off by the galleys as well. Horse are making quick work of the walls and gates of Casva. And Casva at the end there just had the early military lead, decided to switch off to the economic position and go up to Castle Age, which after losing his army just wasn't able to keep up with military production. Even though he did make a huge comeback in the economy, and he's gathering more food now. His fishing ship economy is still, I think it's only 7 ships, or it's 8 ships now, so we added another one since we last checked. Demo ship coming out to try to clean up any units and might try to push through here. Recon with good awareness, pulling off from that, saying, you know what, I don't want to lose all my units right now. That's not a good call. I kind of want to win the game. So he's going to pull back, and actually Caspa's going to drop a second dock here in order to try to keep Recon away, maybe get some more Hulks out to attack the galleys coming out from his opponent. We're still only on 1 dock over here. We're still only chilling on 7 fishing ships. We're producing some Hulks now as well for Recon, and these 2 prelates are going to come out and try to actually go over and get the relics that we talked about earlier on the other side of the map down here in the corner, which you can see by my cursor on the mini map. Galleys still doing some work on the walls over yonder, and it looks like we're getting positioned to take it to the in the last age, the Imperial Age. I was going to say the Industrial Age, but this isn't Rise of Nations. The Palace of Swabia going up. Again, a pretty straightforward build order from Recon, and especially in choice of landmarks. Palace of Swabia being one of the best landmarks in the game. Producing villagers at 75% faster rate with 75% less resources required is just so strong, especially in the late game. So the fact that it's gotten here is really troubling for the English player. I would have liked to see some stone mining come out maybe at some point for Casva to get some, you know, get a keep up maybe, get some stone walls to help defend against this, force his opponent onto siege, but it doesn't look like that's happening today. We are getting a forward siege workshop, however, from Recon to try to help burst through this last little bit of wall that he just can't seem to get through. He's really scared of losing the entire military to that demo ship, and I agree. I think that's quite a scary reality to face. The demo ship's going to do not much actual damage to that Hulk, and that Hulk surviving that shot, not much going down there, and some more military ships coming out, but we're kind of halted on that for now. We'll wait for some more resources to come in. Current resources wise, we're seeing a lot of gold for Recon. What's he doing with that gold? Let's find out here. Take a look at, press F1 on your keyboard and you'll be able to see all of the military buildings that a player has. And right now we're sitting on 2 barracks, 2 stables, and a siege workshop, as well as our dock and our monastery for Recon. Take a look at the other side of the map, however. We're sitting on 3 docks, 4 stables, and that's about it for Casva. Again, I would really like to see a barracks coming out. Oh, actually, speaking of barracks, let's bear witness to a little raid going on here from Casva on the wood line under the Palace of Swabia. This is not going to last very long. Maybe get a villager or 2, but not going to really do too much there. In the middle of the map, Recon scouting out this potential outpost that was trying to deny the food economy from Casva. And Casva has 30 idle villagers for a moment there. Don't really know what was happening there. Maybe it was the wood. Maybe it was this, oh, you know what? This gold mining, the gold mine depleted, so he's not able to actually continue doing that. Casva did put up some outposts in the middle of the map here, which have been eventually discovered by Recon, and now Recon is saying, yeah, you're not going to take out my fishing ships. We're going to kind of leave those how they are for now. So a bombard coming out from Recon, going to try to take out some of the fishing ships from his opponent and eventually push down the wall as well. We should have probably a second bombard coming out from the siege workshop there, and those towers just going down. And honestly, this is not too much more that Caspa's going to have left in the tank here. He's really stuck to his side of the map. He's running out of resources. He's running out of gold to mine. He doesn't have any relics. There's actually no gold in the back of his base whatsoever, except for this one outcropping up here. After this gold depletes, he's done. There's not really anything else he can do. 3 idle villagers sitting on, those are fishing boats rather, so a lot of the fishing ships he's been producing have been kind of chilling idle for a moment there. Recon with nothing on idle. Take a look, we have 77 vills versus 77 of Casva, so we're actually pretty even when it comes to economy, but still the military advantage going in favor of Recon, because Recon is able to just produce more units, take control of the map, and sit outside his opponent's base, and he's not able to respond. Like, the only thing that he can do is kind of keep putting out cavalry, I guess? But even then, like, it's not going to be the right answer, because some spearmen would really do a lot of work here, and it looks like Casva is going to call GG's. He knows the inevitable is coming. Thank you so much for watching. This is the first cast game of 2022. I'm really excited to keep casting into the rest of the year. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Leave a comment as well if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, and be safe out there, everyone.